Hey everybody, it's Mitch and welcome to my next video. Today we are going to be doing another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 video. Today's video is a little bit different than normal, although fairly similar, because today we're going to be doing a racial template, which is a little different than a race. Not going to get into that in this video though. So, today's racial template is the Dragonborn of Bahamut here. So, the Dragonborn of Bahamut is, well, it's an interesting race. So basically, you have to have a base race. So you take this later. Now, let's go over the prerequisites. So this is more like a prestige class for but a race. It's weird. So the prerequisites. Pretty simple, actually. In order to be accepted as a suitable candidate, the supplicant must be non-evil. Okay, that's relatively easy, that's actually the harder part by far, and have an intelligence score of at least 3. So yeah, that's pretty much easy. You basically can't be evil, and you gotta be like an intelligent being. You can't be an animal. Like, okay, pretty easy. So you can't apply this to a dog or a cat or a horse unless they've been awakened first. Then I guess you can. But you can't, but pretty much every race that I've covered and plan to cover, this will work for. As long as you're not evil, this will do it. That's just because this is for Bahamut. Now, I suspect you could probably come up with a version of this for Tiamat, which would allow evil, of course. Anyways, so what do you get? Well, you get some scores. You get +2 con, -2 dex. Makes sense. Dragons are pretty hardy and not the most dexterous typically. Your type changes to humanoid dragon blood. Okay. I'm assuming that the reason why they say that is you're already humanoid. I suspect if you weren't humanoid to begin with, maybe you're not humanoids anymore. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Age. So basically, you reemerge as an adult dragonborn, and then you go from there. So you have 200 years before you reach middle-aged. There's a whole table for that. Then you get a +2 dodge bonus. Cool. That's not but that's only to against other dragons. So basically, when you're fighting other dragons, your AC is going to be 2 higher. That's kind of nice. Immune to frightful presence, and you get here's the interesting one. You get a Draconic Aspect. Now you get to choose from 3 different things. Now, the 3 to choose from are the heart, the wings, and the mind. Those are your 3 options. We'll get into what each one does first, but let's finish going over what you get. You also gain automatic languages of Draconic. Let's see. So but you still keep your original languages. You just gain Draconic. So if you didn't already know that, if your DM's nice and you already spoke Draconic, they may let you pick another one. But if they're not, maybe don't pick Draconic before taking this. And favorite class is Fighter. And it seems that does replace your old one. So, yeah. Then, let's see. So let's go over the 3 things you can pick. Because this is a big choice. You only get to pick one, and you can't change your mind later. So, the options are the heart, which will give you a breath weapon. That's kind of nice, actually. So you'd be either a line or a cone, I believe. There we go. It says a line, actually, huh? Interesting. And it'll increase in damage as you level up. So as you gain hit dice, it'll be stronger. up to at 6 hit die. Or no, it continues forever. Wow, nice. So every 3 hit dice, you gain another D8. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So basically it's your hit dice. So basically you take your hit dice, divide by 3, round down, and then add 1 to that, and that'll be how many D8s you do. So that's pretty good. Let's see. You also get so that's really all there is to it. And of course, the reflex save DC is 10 plus half your hit dice plus your con. So that's nice. That'll scale as you get older. That's a fairly standard way to do it. Mind, basically, you become immune to magical sleep, paralysis, and you gain dark vision. And the dark vision will increase and increase, and eventually you get blind sense at 15th level. Then, of course, there's the wings. Now, originally you can just use them to glide, but eventually you can use them to actually fly, although at that point it'll tire you out, and then eventually it won't tire you out. So, yeah. Everything increases as you level up. And, the chart's just literally right here. So, you reach middle age at 200, old at 300, venerable at 400, and maximum age is 2D% years. Not bad. Not bad. So, yeah. It's a pretty interesting little race. It can be used in a lot of different ways, depending on largely which aspect you pick and which dragon you decide to go with, because those matter, particularly if you choose the breath weapon. Then it very much matters. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a pretty nice class all in all. Oh yeah, you're also, I don't know if I mentioned, but immunity to fragile presence from dragons, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. It's a good class, or not class, it's a good race or racial template. Basically, because you have your base race on top of that. The wings are one of the more useful ones. Flying's always good. Of course, there's always spells you can do for that, but this is permanent, so you would retain your ability to fly even in an anti-magic field or something, because this is an extraordinary ability, not a... actually, I'm not even sure it's an extraordinary ability to fly. I'm pretty sure it's just an ability. Oh, no, it is extraordinary. Cool. But yeah, it's an extraordinary ability. It's not magical, so you can't have your ability to fly taken away from you by a lot of means. I mean, I guess someone could cut your wing off, but that's hard to do. There's that goes into a whole set of rule sets. But yeah. It just becomes difficult to ground. It's a very useful one. Having flight's always good, and having it in a permanent matter is pretty nice too. Yeah, and a permanent non-magical matter, even better. Let's see. Other options, of course. Dark vision can definitely be useful in a lot of the right builds, especially with blind sense at higher levels. Not bad. And this is stuff you get, you're not leveling up in this. You level up in other things and then gain this on top of it. So that's kind of cool that you gain more Dragonborn. Your Dragonborn abilities just get better as you level up, despite the fact that you're also getting everything for leveling up. This is just extra. Most races don't give you extra stuff as you level them up. So this is kind of cool. And there's no level adjustments or anything for this, although you do lose, you are going to lose a lot of your abilities that you had in your original race. Yeah, you are going to lose a number of things that you had. You don't just get this on top of it. There's you trade off most of your special stuff that you get for your race. You'll keep your ability score changes, sure, but you're going to lose a lot of stuff. Like with humans, you're going to lose your bonus feats. You're going to lose your extra skill points. That's all going to be gone for doing this. For other races, you'll lose similar type stuff. But you get your aspect. So that's kind of a nice trade. It can definitely be useful. The breath weapon's useful as well. I mean, it's kind of nice having a breath weapon, and the fact that it does scale as you level up is pretty nice. Every 3 levels you get another D8 of damage that you can do with it. So that's pretty good, in all honesty. So yeah, it's a pretty solid racial template. It works for a lot of different builds, considering its versatility with the 3 different aspects you can choose from. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can use that. So many different ways. The wings are great if you want to gain that fly speed. Then on top of that, especially I had a player who was a monk, and he used that. And with monk, the fly speed is really useful because it will actually, your monk's boost will apply towards that, so you can go even faster than normal, which with magical flying, you're not going to get those kinds of speeds. So, a monk with the wings is going to get fly speeds that are beyond what's normally possible in the game. So that's kind of nice. Then, of course, there's ways to where breath weapons can be used. So, of course, if you're doing something that where your breath weapon is useful, if you have something that needs that, that's always a good option. Or maybe you're just a fighter and you want to have that breath weapon. That's perfectly workable. Just to be able to launch, just to be able to launch a line of damage from a distance. Give yourself some ranged options. Give yourself some options you don't normally have. Of course, the blind sense and dark vision is pretty good too, particularly if it can definitely be useful for a lot of melee stuff. I guess it could be used for other things too, but the blind sense seems more useful for melee to me. So yeah, it's a pretty good class. Most of it seems more geared towards melee classes, but they can definitely be used for the arcane as well. So yeah, there's a lot to this one. It's a great race all in all. Tons of stuff going for it. Useful for a lot of different builds. I've seen it used a few times to great effect. So yeah, definitely recommend this racial template. Anyways, if you like the video, that's really all I have to say. So if you like the video, please consider giving it a like. Really help. Also, if you haven't already done so, I don't know why you haven't, but subscribe to the channel. So you can check out more videos like this. Or ring the bell to get notifications for when videos come out. They sometimes are consistent, sometimes aren't. We'll see how that goes. Then, of course, always you're going to want to leave a comment down below if there's anything you want to add to this. Definitely love hearing from you, and share this video if you know anyone who might be interested. And anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you.